All right, guys, I completely goofed and completely forgot to hit the record button during my Zoom class. So what I'm going to do is I am going to walk back through just the steps on how to create the landing pages using multiple listings. So you have different options with a landing page, just in case you haven't used those and you're not quite familiar with them yet. You can create, when you create a landing page, you only have a spot for one web address. So you can only put one URL in there at a time. So you have to direct it to one place. So that kind of narrows down your options to where you can only market maybe one house at a time, or you can only market one video or one ebook, but it only kind of limits you there. There is a workaround that will allow you to advertise and market several properties at one time. And the reason you want to do this is, let's say you're trying to attract buyers, excuse me, that you're trying to attract a buyer that's looking in the price range of 200 to 280. And so you want to show them all the possible houses so you can get their information and you can start working with them to help them locate those houses in that price range. This is your option, because every time they click on that landing page, they're going to have to put their email address in, which will give you a way to contact them. You can also require that they put in a phone number so that you can text them. That's completely up to you. That's definitely a personal choice or personal preference on how you want to handle that. So I'm going to walk you through the process to create the link to use as a multiple listing. And I apologize. I've already been talking for a little while and I forgot to hit the record button, so I apologize. And so you are going to need a couple of things to get through the process a little easier and a little less time consuming, so you're not flipping back and forth on your screens. The easiest way to do this is to have two different instances of KVcore open. So you've got one tab here. Let me do a screen share. You can't see it. Let's see. Here we go. Now you should be able to see that. So you want to have this KVcore platform up and then a second KVcore platform up. And then you also want to have your email account open, because you're going to be emailing a link to yourself to be able to use. So it's great to have all three open at one time, so you're not having to flip through the different tabs and pages and waiting for everything to load and forgetting where you're at. This is just to save you a little time. So I have one KVcore open that's on my lead engine tab where it says landing page. And then I have another KVcore open that is on my listing tab where it will show me all of my property listings. And then of course my email address. And so the first step in creating the landing page is creating the list of homes that we want to use. So you're going to, it typically will come up, there won't be anything here just yet. You're going to click filters and you're going to start applying the filters you want to use. Whether you want it to be all of your listings, if you have 3 or 4 you want to promote at one time instead of doing one promotion for each listing. I will let you choose, it will let you choose either every listing from the MLS, or if you have all selected, it will let you choose an individual agent's listing. So let's say you spoke with a fellow agent and they said, yes, please promote my listings. Any of the listings you want to promote, I would love for you to do that. And let's say they have 4 listings out there that you're going to promote. Then if you choose all, it will let you put in that listing agent's name right here. And the only listings that's going to come up is that agent's listing. Okay. You can do it by location. You can do it on, you can draw a map. I'm just wanting price range right now because these are all going to be in the MLS that I cover. So I'm just shooting for price range. So I have 200 to 280,000, a minimum of 1,000 square feet. Not going to worry about acres because we all know how that varies. 2 bath, 3 beds. Property type, I just show single family homes. it lets you narrow it down pretty good. Your build, style, options, financial options. I mean, it lets you narrow it down pretty good. And then you can even put in keywords. If you're looking for properties with pools or with 2-car garages or 4-car garages, it'll let you put that in there. And then you're going to hit apply filters, and it's going to pull up every house in your MLS that meets the criteria you just put in your filter. So now if I want to create a link that will promote these houses, then if I want to promote all of them, then I'm going to click this box here, and it's going to let me select all 8 of these houses. Okay. If I just want to pick and choose which ones I want to promote, then I can just select those houses. So you may end up with 40 houses and you want to pick the best 4 or 5 out of those that you want to promote. Then you can do that. Or you may say, well, I'm not going all the way to Durham, so I don't want to promote those. So you can pick and choose. Once you have the ones you want to promote to try and get your buyer leads, then you're going to click here where it says email listings. So you're going to click this button. You're going to put in your email address. So you need to have yourself in your system as a contact. So you need to have yourself entered as a contact in your KVcore. So that's going to be there. You're going to put in your subject, whatever you need it to be, and then send, so that you send this email to you. Okay. So then the next step, while we're here, I want to show this to you because I forgot to mention this. It kind of leads into what I'll be talking about next week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about how you can promote and create these listings to direct post to Craigslist. So you can have these post directly to Craigslist, but you have to do it on Chrome. It will not work with Firefox, and it will not work with Explorer. If you want to choose the ones you want to use, and you want to make sure that 3 or 4 other people haven't done it or it hasn't been promoted, it's a fresh listing. Right here on the very end, it says Craigslist. This is letting you know if that house has ever been promoted before. And right here on May 5th, this agent promoted that listing in Lewisburg. And in February, they promoted that listing, and the rest of these have never been promoted. So if you were to post that on Craigslist to use as a promotion, it would be the first time it's been used on Craigslist. So that's a little helpful tip to make sure you're getting fresh listings as well. But that's going to be what we learn how to do next week. So if you want to join in on that, just make sure you have the Chrome browser, because that's what you'll have to use in order to be able to do this. That was just a quick tip. The other thing you want to do while you're on this page is you want to look and find which house you think is the prettiest, or not really so much the prettiest, the one that has the most curb appeal, that's going to grab the attention of most people, because that's going to be your main image, and you kind of want to make sure it's grabbing a good variety of people. So once you find the house you want to use, I think this one has a great curb appeal. It doesn't look extremely fancy. It doesn't look run down. So I think this is going to be a good one. I'm going to copy this MLS ID number. Okay. So I want this MLS ID number copied because we're going to use it on our landing page. Okay. Now that we have that part done, we're going to come over to where it says landing page. We're going to put our name in as our domain, and we're going to start building. Okay, this is what your landing page looks like when you first pull it up. Every bit of this is customizable. You can edit, you can delete to make it whatever you would like it to be. You can change what you want to use your landing page for. Right now we're doing lead generation, so that's what we're going to work on. We are dealing with single family homes. So that's what I want my hashtag to be. The purpose of hashtags is because you want that to pull up in your, it actually does 3 different things. The first thing it does is it helps your ad pull up in search engines. So if someone's searching for a single family home, or if they're searching for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or a home with a pool or a 2-car garage, any of those hashtags that you use here is going to help it pull up in those search engines. So if you have a unique property that you're trying to market and it has these really neat features most homes don't have, like I have a listing in Greenville that has geothermal heating. If I put that as a hashtag, you're not going to get a lot of people to pull it up, just the ones that are looking for that. But if you have, say, underground pool, or you have a 3-car garage, and you put that in, if that's something someone's going to be looking for, then it's going to pull that up in their search. The other thing this does is any hashtags that you put here, it is going to put those same hashtags under that lead when it puts it in your KVcore. So if someone clicks here and they put in their email address and they click the button to get the information on the houses, that lead will go directly into your KVcore. Any hashtags you attach to this landing page is also going to be attached to those leads when they go into your KVcore. This is important because it kind of helps narrow down what that buyer's looking for, but it also helps if you have any drip campaigns set up to run. So if I have single family homes, or let's see, new home buyer or new buyer, anything like that, those hashtags are going to attach to that lead. And if I have a drip campaign to start as soon as someone comes into my KVcore with the hashtag of new buyer, then the moment it hits my KVcore, that drip campaign is going to start, and I don't have to do it. It's going to automatically do it for me. It's going to send out the emails, it's going to send out the text, and I can monitor it, and then I can jump in when I feel like I need to. So that's the purpose of these hashtags. Your submit button, you want to make sure it grabs their attention. So wherever you want to put here is going to change this information here where they click. All right, this is where we're going to put our URL that we created. Before we do that, I don't think I want this little lady staring up at the sky. I want a pretty house on what I'm trying to promote. So if I click on background, and then I come down here, it says primary MLS image. I click that. This is where we're going to put that MLS number that we copied. We're going to paste it here, and we're going to click OK. Now, this is going to be the picture that shows up on every time this landing page is used. So when I use it on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, this is going to be the main image that pops up. So we want to make sure it's a nice image, and it's an image of what we want people looking for. All right. So now to get our main URL, we're going to come over here to our email account, and we're going to click here. And this is our little link that we just created. And I am having a rough go. Let's see, there we go. All right, we're going to copy. And just so you can see what it's going to look like when a client clicks on that link, if you click it, it's going to show you what it looks like to the people clicking. So it says 7 results are found, and it's going to show them all of the houses that we just uploaded. All right, but they have to enter their email address to get this list. So that's the beauty of it. All right, so that is going to go here where it says you're after login. We're going to put that there. Now, this is the part where I said it's completely optional. If you put this check mark here, anybody that gets the information has to put their phone number in. Otherwise, they have to put just their email address in. That's not optional. Email is required. Cell phone is optional. And then they put that in, and then they click here. This information gets put in your KVcore. All right. So then this is the information that is completely adjustable. Helps when you know how to type. So hot homes between 200K and 300K. We can even narrow it down since we did the 280 here. So that lets people know what the price range is for the homes they're going to be looking at. I'm going to leave that as is. Now, let's say I don't need 4 bullet points. If I double click, it's going to delete it. And then I just have to adjust these. I'm going to leave that as is. We don't have any drastic price reductions. You can do, let's see. And then we can change this one as well. All right, and that's all I'm going to do. Now the key comes to here where lead type is going to be buyer. Sorry, I almost forgot that part. Now, when I click save, which is up here, this big orange button, once I have all the information adjusted that I want to do, I hit save, this big pretty warning box is going to pop up. This is telling you that, hey, once I create this page for you and you see it, once you close that page, I'm not going to remember that link for you. And so it is telling you that if you want to get back to that page, it is up to you to save that link somewhere so that you can access it. Some people choose to do a spreadsheet and they put it in under a spreadsheet. Some people choose to do bookmarks, which is what I do. I create bookmarks for all of my landing pages and my squeeze pages so that I can access them, because most of the time I'm on the web when I need them and I don't want to have to fumble through spreadsheets to get to it. So I save all of mine as bookmarks. So that's what this big warning is. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just telling you that once you leave that page, you can't get back to it. Now, it's completely active and live out on the internet. Even if you forget the link, it's still there and it's still usable. You just can't get back to it without knowing what the link is. And so when you hit OK, we now have our beautiful new landing page. And here's the link that we're going to use in all of our ads. All right. So this is the one that I want to bookmark. And I come down, like I said, I have one under landing pages. And I usually make sure the name is something that I can remember in case I want to get back and use it again. And then I hit done. Now, anytime I want to get to this web page, I can go into my bookmarks landing page and pull it right up. Since we're going to be using this one now, I'm going to highlight and copy it so that I can use it on Facebook. All right. So let's do a test, just because this is what I did on the last one. I'm going to put my email address in here. I'm not putting a cell phone. Oh, well, I guess I will, because I told myself it was mandatory. And then click get info. So now this is what's going to happen when your lead clicks on this off of your Facebook page or your ad or anywhere else. Once they hit that get info button, then this is what's going to pop up eventually. I'm sorry, my internet is so slow tonight. Probably because the kids are in there with 3 Kindles going and TVs going. That's a smart TV and everything else. Here's all the information they're going to get. But the beauty of that is, okay, now here's all the information that they're going to get, which is what you want them to have. But now if I come back to my KVcore and I go to my dashboard, it should pop up. My new lead here, which is where I did it a while ago. So my new one should be coming in right behind this. And then when I click on that, you will be able to see that it added hashtag single family homes, hashtag new buyer. It also automatically assigned this to the lender I have linked to my website. So this is the lender that all of my buyer leads go to. So hopefully if they decide they want to buy, she will be able to help them out, and then she'll let me know. So the lender's a link to my website, and then of course it was assigned to me. And then I don't have any rules. Now, if I did hashtag FSBO, then this would have automatically started a drip campaign because I have a FSBO drip campaign set up. And the moment it came in with that hashtag, it would have started shooting out emails and text. I don't have one specifically for single family homes, so that's why I didn't do it this time. So this is where you're going to see that nice contact pop up. And what you want to see happen is, if I can get to my smart CRM, and how you can tell where your leads are coming from. Okay, right here, if you see this word here, that is from an ad that was ran. And if you see all of these have that same thing, that means they all came from that same ad. Those are all leads that came from that ad. And that's what you're wanting to see. You're wanting to see those new leads and active leads pop in there off of this when you run that ad. Okay, so now that we have our link, we're going to come over here to Facebook. And we are going to come to my Facebook page here. The easiest way to do this is to come down here. This is the one I did 10 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. It's already reached 5 people, had 2 engagements. So it's getting some activity already. This is the test page we did for the other one that I forgot to record. So the quickest way to use that link is to just do a post and share. I am not typing with a poot today. I don't like the word viewing. All right, and this is where I would say normally you want to jazz it up with your hashtags, you want to jazz it up with your emojis, anything like that that's going to push this up further in the ranks. So if you add emojis, if you add videos, if you add hashtags, all of that tends to push your post up higher for people to, more people to see. Also, the more people that like your ad. So if you have agents that work with you, then you guys make a thing where y'all go in every morning and everybody in that little group click in and like that person's post. So you spend 5 or 10 minutes liking each other's posts. And the more likes and loves and feedback, your comments you get, the further it's going to push that up into other people's feed that you want to see it. So people that you have that likes your page will be able to see it because it's the more likes a post get, the further up it goes. And so spend 5 or 10 minutes out there liking posts from your fellow agents because it's going to boost their posts for them. And that's what we want to do is kind of help each other out. So once you have what you want typed, we're going to paste our landing page link. There's that beautiful house again. There's our title. And once you see this pop up, you can actually come back in and take that out. And it's not going to go anywhere. Your information is going to stay. It just keeps this cleaned up and looks a little neater. So that is kind of how you want to go about it. And this is where I say put all your pretty hashtags and stuff. And then once you do that, you hit post and bam, you're already going to be generating leads. Any leads that click on that is going to go to your KVcore. That simply, just something as simple as that is going to help generate back end leads for you while you're doing other stuff. And I know some people don't have time to sit here and do this every single day to try and help generate the leads. The beauty of Facebook is you can schedule your post. So pick an hour or 2 out on one day, whether it's on Sunday or Monday, whatever day is your slower day. Take an hour or 2 hours, create 3 or 4 landing pages, and then go over to Facebook and schedule your post. Schedule one landing page to come out on Monday, one landing page to come post on Wednesday, so that each one of these landing pages are posting on different days, but you only had to sit there at one time and get it scheduled. So this way you constantly have stuff hitting your Facebook. So it's constantly keeping your Facebook current. You're constantly creating links that's going to generate leads to your KVcore, and it's going to keep you from having to sit here every day or every other day and create this stuff. So now that's the last one I'm going to have to refresh for it to pop up. So that's just a quick tip, because you want your Facebook to stay current, and the more you post, the more you comment, the further up it will move into people's feeds. So let's scroll down, and still waiting. Sorry, I guess I need to tell them to cut Kindles off, huh? Here we go. Let's see. There it is. Hot homes between 200 and 280K. Check out amazing homes in this price range. So there is our listing that we wanted to show up. Now, if I click and I change it to my name versus realtor, because it allows me to post to more places, and it will allow me to include the original post, which is what I want to do. And sometimes it doesn't let me do that under my realtor name. I have to be under my personal name. Sharing a group. And here, this little box, we want to check it and see now, if you see, all it says is this is just on a link with no information. But if we include original post, it's going to put all that information that we typed in, and all the hashtags and emojis that we spent all that time on is going to be right here, and we don't have to redo it all over again. So now we just pick some groups that we want to post in, and hit post. And now it's shared, and you can do that up to, I don't typically say don't do it for more than between 5 and 10 different websites about every other day, because if you do it too many times, they're going to flag your account. So pick 5 or 10 different groups to post to, and then wait a couple of days before you do it again. Because if you do it too much back to back, they're going to flag your account, and then you're not going to be able to do anything for a couple of days. So this is how you want to do that. Easy peasy, done. My Southern talk. So the more complicated way to do this is going to be to actually create an ad using that landing page. All right, and I know I'm talking pretty quickly because this is just running through and I don't have the questions and so forth. So hopefully you can hit the pause button and keep up with me. At any time, feel free to send me a message on work chat or on Facebook if you have a question. I'll be happy to answer them anytime I can. And if I don't know the answer, I will definitely try and get you the answer. So we're going to create an ad. We want to get more leads. And this here, you have two options. You can use a form on Facebook, which means Facebook's going to create a form where they have to put in their information before they get it. But we don't want to do that because they're going to put the information in for Facebook and then have to turn around and do it again for ours. And we don't want to bombard them and them lose interest. So we just simply want to use the form on our website, not Facebook's. This box is where we're going to put that minimize because I can't see the tabs. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. This is where we're going to put the landing page URL that we saved. This is the one we created, and it goes in this nice little box here at the very beginning. Everything we do is going to be created off of this here. Then we hit next, and if you can see, guys, there's only 4 steps to create an ad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. The next important thing to remember when you create your ads on Facebook is always, 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 did I say always? Always check special ad category. If you do not, and you do not choose housing as your special ad category, it will reject your ad. It will not let that ad go through, and you're just going to be back to square one. So make sure you choose that. The next thing you want to choose is your audience. We're going to do a local audience, but then we're going to edit it just a little bit. so that we can adjust it and get people we want to reach. Here it says people in your audience is the edit button. This is what we want to change, okay? You cannot change the age. The age will not allow you to be changed anymore in special ad categories, and the genders cannot be changed in special ad categories any longer. Those are permanent fixtures. You can change your locations, and you can change the interest of the people you are trying to attract, but that is it. You are not pigeonholed to a particular town. So I don't have to put just Clayton, North Carolina in here and say, okay, that's it, I'm done. I can also come in here and say, well, I want to hit people that are relocating. So I want to get people that are in New Jersey, and I want to get people that are in New York. And there may be people that are moving from, let's see, I don't really want Miami, but that's the first one on top of my head. I wonder if it'll let me do, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's say Jacksonville, Florida, okay? All of these are gonna be within 15 miles of each one of these cities that I selected, okay? It lets you do from 15 miles to 50 miles. And so what this is saying is it's going to post my ad to anybody that lives in these towns or 15 miles outside of that town. So that is going to give me people that are moving from different states, as well as anyone local to where my landing page is created. All right. Now, if you notice, it says I'm potentially reaching 13 million people right now. That's a little much. So we want to narrow that down a little bit more. And the way we do that is we hit this button here. It says browse. You can type in house, and we have house hunting. Well, we can continue going right on down. Now that we have house hunting, we can hit suggestions, and we can do first-time home buyer, starter home, single-family detached homes, residential, real estate. You can just keep right on going until you think you've hit everything that you think you can. And every time you add something to it, it's going to narrow down the number of people that you're going to be clicking. So now we're at 55,500,000. We can do real property. That didn't do anything. Let's do, that just moved us back up. We don't want to do that. So let's take that one out because that put us back up. How about, well, let's just leave it there. 5,500,000. Now, if you had 3 houses that you were using on your landing page to market and they all had underground or in-ground pools, then put, in-ground pool as an option. If all of them have community golf, or if it's a golf community, then put golf community. That narrows it down to people that are looking for specific golf communities to move to. Then we hit save. Maybe, there we go. And now we have our audience, and as you can see, our little check marks, that is where our ad is going to go. And that's going to hit people here at home and anybody we think might be relocating. All right, then we hit next. All right, now there gives us a few options. We're going to do single image because we're going to use the image we created off of our landing page. You can do videos and slideshows, but I'm not going into that tonight. You can browse your computer to get an image. They do have stock images you can use if you want to do that. But since we created a landing page, we have what we need. We don't need to do any of that. You can preview the different types of feed to see how it's going to look on the different backgrounds. So how it's going to look if it's in Instagram stories as an ad. How it's going to look if it is on a instant article. So anything you click on, it's going to show you what your ad's going to look like when it previews there. Okay. This is our headline. That's what's going to go right here. Your text is going to be here, which is up here. And you can edit that. It's pulling all of that from the web link that we created, but you can adjust that if you'd like. Now, I don't like the sign up button because I think that turns people off. So I like to use the learn more button because that's saying, hey, I want to get more information. Now, the other thing that we can adjust is automatic placement, which means Facebook chooses where it's going to put your ad, whether it's going to put it on Instagram, whether it's going to put it on Marketplace, Messenger, anywhere that it's going to want to put your ad, is it's going to automatically choose it for you. So if you turn that off, it's going to let you choose. So I don't want mine in Messenger, and I don't want mine in apps and websites. So I turn off the audience network, and I leave it in Instagram and Facebook. Now, again, that's a personal preference. Then you just hit next. All right, and the last step is we can choose when the ad will end, or you can run this ad continuously. Now, if you choose when it ends, you put in an end date or a number of days, whichever one you want to go by, and you put in your daily budget. You can choose your own. I typically only do $3 a day, $4 a day. I don't typically go over that. And the other thing that I normally do is, I know, as I run this ad continuously with a daily budget, I don't choose an end date. And the reason I don't choose an end date is because I want to be able to turn my ad on and off. So if I just let it run continuously, and then I can turn my ad on at Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I can sit down at Sunday at 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock and shut my ads off, and then pick it up again next week on Friday. So it allows me to pick and choose and turn my ads on and off because I typically only run my ads Friday through Sunday, unless I'm trying to promote an open house, in which case I'll run that through the week up until when the open house is being held. So you kind of choose where you want your budget. I always say start out small until you kind of get a grasp of how your ads are working, and then you can kind of increase that budget. It tells you here you're expected to reach anywhere from 350 people to 1,000 people a day with your ad, the way we have it set right now. And then, of course, you choose where you want your payment to go. And then once you do that, you hit promote, and I'm going to hit cancel. You hit promote, and then your ad is going to be live. And then it's going to be running. And then, of course, you go to your ad manager to pause or start or end that ad whenever you choose. And then you can always go in and check how your ads are performing. It shows you that was a wrong ad. I have to go to a different account because Facebook messed up my account. So I actually have to do my ads under a different thing. But it will show you your audiences, shows you how many people you've reached, your post engagements, page likes, clicks, all of this based off of the ad that you've done. All of that information will be here under your ad center. So that is pretty much how we use the landing pages. And that's how you can use these and generate your leads, because every time they click, that lead's going to be placed in your KVcore. Then you can choose how you interact with those leads. Do you have your drip campaigns automatically set up to nurture those leads as soon as they hit? Or do you need to go in there and manually do something when those leads hit? Either way, KVcore is going to notify you every time you get a new lead. So you really want to make sure you're having this work for you. So the goal is to get it as automated as possible so that you're not having to go out and physically reach out and send texts and emails to 30 or 40 different people. You're letting KVcore do that for you so that you have time to sit back and actually nurture the leads that are responding to you and not just the ones that clicked. So I hope this has helped a little bit. I hope that this will give you guys a new way or a fresh start on learning how to use KVcore to generate leads. And like I said, next week we are going to go and dive into how to auto post to Craigslist. So I hope to see you guys there. And like I said, if you need me, hit me up on work chat or on Facebook, and I will be happy to answer any questions that I can. Have a great night.